Welcome to your tour of UpTime, an Android application by Gardel Software. This application has one main purpose, for you to monitor your website and see if it's up or if it's down. If you have a website in which you're doing commerce from, you need to know if it's up any time of the day. This application has two main sections. You're looking at the first, simple status of up or down. You notice the first two sites listed, TechGeek and Gardel Software, are both listed as responsive in up, where the third one, Bogus, is designed to intentionally fail just to illustrate what happens. And at any time, you can add or remove sites at your discretion. At any point in time, you can add, edit, or delete any one of these. When you menu your options, you have the option to add, edit, delete. Or, by long touching on any one of these, you can do the same thing. So here you can see the basic setup for Gardel Software. I've given it a title, I've given it a URL, which must include http:// I have decided that it's going to use this simple alert, which we'll describe later. I also have the options of how I want to test. I can do header only, download only, or look for text. The header only will just go out and grab the header of the HTTP file and then check its status. The server will return if it's up or it's down, and this application will respond accordingly. The download only will download the file that you have in your URL, and only that. It will not download any images, it will not download any attached files such as CSS, it will just download the file you've indicated. The look for text does the same thing, except it looks for text in that file. So for example, you could put in a message in JavaScript, so it's just a comment and doesn't show up on your page. It just says status OK, and then this application will go through and look for it. So I'm just going to select header only. If I wanted to do the look for text, down that option there, you'll notice I've got the text box here that says look for this text. That's where you would type in anything that you want to look for. So I'm just going to save that. You notice it now registers as not tested. I can either retest by hitting test all, or again from a long click, I can scroll down and I can test now. And it'll go through and it'll test, and you'll see the Gardel software is up. It'll tell you that the response code is 200 OK and how long it took to download. This download time is inclusive of the time it takes to connect to the internet. You'll notice with the Bogus down the bottom, it'll also tell you that it failed and why. So this is the simple monitoring. Now what if you want it to monitor in the background? From here you can go to Menu, Alerts. Here I have a simple monitoring. You can click, hold, and now I can edit. I have a start time and a stop time from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's a 24-hour clock. I also have a start and a stop time for audible alerts. During this time period, if it goes down, your phone will give the default audible alert and let you know that there's a problem. You can also say at what interval you want it tested. In this case, I've got selected every 5 minutes. My options are every 5 minutes, every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, and every hour. It will test on the even number. For example, every 5 minutes will be at 5, 10, 15, 20, so forth and so on. It will not test in between odd hours. So if you start it at 12:23, 12:25 will be your first test, and then every 5 minutes thereafter. You can also say to log the file with a checkbox. To log the file, if you do not have an audible alert, or if you do have an audible alert, if you check this off, it'll log it. So say for example, you've got a site that you want to make sure is up, but you only want the audible alerts during business hours. You can set that up from 9 to 5. But I can also set this up to monitor all day long. So to tell me that your site has gone down, it'll log it to the file whether getting an audible alert or not by checking that box. Then I can save this. I can also add, edit, or delete any alert I want. Back to the main menu. If I do more, start monitoring, at that point in time, they'll start monitoring in the background, and it will activate your phone and set off an audible alert if one of your sites fail. And that's it. I hope you enjoy the program.